Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, welcome back to another video. And in today's video I'm gonna be updating my palette crush of the month, which is a project that I created myself, and it essentially means that I have to use one particular palette for the entire month and yeah, use it every day at some capacity. So hopefully you'll like this update. In case you're new here, hi, my name's Sasha. I love indie makeup, I love colorful makeup, I love eyeshadows especially. That's kind of my passion. And now let's just jump right into it. So in the past month I've been working on this Chromebook Volume 2 palette by DD Signature. It was my first time trying this brand and this palette. It was very new. I was still in the process of reviewing it, and I decided to use it because it has a lot of shimmers, so obviously I can kind of play with it however I want. And also it was because I just wanted to get to know the formula, since it is a new brand and a new palette to me. So this is how it looks like today. I'm gonna pop up how it looked like a month ago. When I started working on it, it had 3 uses. Now we're currently at 31, since May has 31 days. So sorry, we're at 34 since May has 31 days. And so I was able to use it every single day of the month. A lot of the times I would use it either as a face highlighter or inner corner highlight, or a topper for less sparkly shimmer shades from like other palettes. And my most used shade is the shade Equerry, which I would mix with a vibrant green that I was trying to use up, and it was the matcha cookie shade from Merry Christmas from Udens Eye, and it is very like matcha green eyeshadow. And I would always mix it with Equerry to create a brown that I would then use as a brow color. So that was kind of like me, well, not really cheating, but you know, just taking advantage of trying to use up a shade that I was working on for a very long time, and also use this palette every single day. And the palette weighed 176.45 grams, and now it has 175.93 grams. So I was able to use up 0.52 grams of eyeshadow, which is really nice. I don't know how much product you're getting with this one. I can't really find it at the back, but yeah, half a gram. I think that's a really nice amount, considering that I would mostly use like 1 to 2 shades every single day. It was usually around 2. And as I said, most used is Equerry, which has 15 uses. Then I also used Ambassador, which is right on top of it, 6 times, and then the shade Fierce, which is in the top row, so that one also 6 times, and then the shade Paramount I used 5 times. All the rest of them have at least 3 uses, and since they all had just 1 use when I started using this palette for this project, I was able to nope and leave behind this twice over. So I think it's a very nice accomplishment, and I'm just very happy, and I definitely fell in love with this palette. I think it's so wonderful. I love that the shimmers, they look a lot darker in the pan. They are actually very like sheer, iridescent almost, and that's what I love about them, because they work wonderfully as a topper to just create a little bit more interesting look. And now I know exactly like how they flip and what they're really nice on top of, because some of these look not like similar in the pan, but they look like they have the same base. But then when you actually use them on the eyes, you can really see all the flips and all the magic, and this palette really gives you a lot. Like, I am fully convinced that no matter what kind of look I would come up with, I could always use at least one of the shades from this palette. So that just makes me super excited and happy to know that that is possible. So this one was a success. It was my second palette crush of the month, and I'm still really happy about this project. Obviously, it is a little bit harder to focus on these and also do like Pendos eyeshadows, Pendos palettes, and also review new makeup. And that's kind of also the reason why for the next month we're actually going to be playing with something slightly different. It's still a palette because that's the main idea of this project, but it will allow me to play with my eyeshadows more, and like the eyeshadows that I actually want to like pan and maybe get rid of. So without further ado, the palette that I will actually be focusing on for the next 30 days is the Glisten Cosmetics and Lin's collaboration. And this one is not a eyeshadow palette, but it is a water liner palette. So these are all water activated liners, and it's for two reasons. A, half of these uses will be during like summer holidays, so I'm just gonna be at home. I'm gonna have a lot of options to have fun and just create whatever I want. And also I just want to get more uses out of my water activated liners. These are all so fantastic. I just love them all so much. It's just such a wonderful color story, and I just want to be a little bit more creative. And I know that a lot of these looks will also be just me like doing a basic winged liner, whether it's gonna be the black, the white, or any other color. But if I could get at least like, I don't know, maybe like 15 good like creative looks, that would just be absolutely wonderful. So I want to kind of take advantage of the situation and of the fact that it's gonna be summer holiday, and also just make it a little bit easier on myself to use my actual eyeshadows. So this palette this palette currently has 17 uses, so in a month I should have 47 uses, which would just be really cool and fun. Okay, so I forgot to actually weigh it, so I'm just gonna pop it on the screen because I can't, because I don't have my regular scale here. I only have like this like mini one, and this one only goes up to 200 grams, I believe. And since this one has magnetic bands, it's actually a lot heavier than that, so I'm gonna have to use like a basic kitchen scale. But yeah, we're starting at 17 uses. My most used shade is the white one. I love using white because a lot of the times I do wear like a darker eyeshadow, so if I would use these darker shades in the bottom, it just wouldn't really read that well, like you wouldn't really see it all that much. So I usually use like a really deep liners with like super light pastel-y looks, and then for my regular darker looks I just use like white or neon yellow, neon orange, like these really vibrant colorful liners to just create like contrast. So obviously the white one is my most used, and I've also used the Maximum Slay a lot. And I think there was one that I haven't used at all that I only swatched. And I don't know if it's cringe or nostalgia. One of these I think I've only swatched and I actually haven't used them. But let me try to find it. Yeah, I feel like one of them I only swatched, but I can't really find the spreadsheet. So yeah, this is gonna be my focus palette, and we'll see in a month how I'm gonna do with this project. But let me know if you are part of this project. If you are, please tag me and use this hashtag that I have on the screen right now so that I can find you and see what you're working on. And just to remind you of the rules, the palette crush of the month means that you have to use the palette every single day of the month that you do your makeup. So if you wear makeup once a week, you have to do it every single week that you do your makeup. If you wear makeup every single day like me, then it's every day, you know? So it doesn't necessarily have to be like using it 30 times. It just means you have to use it every single time in a month that you do your makeup. So I feel like that's like a very easy rule to follow, and I would definitely recommend picking palettes that you know that you can use every single day. So either it has a color that you always use, or a type of eyeshadow that you would always be able to incorporate. So whether it's like a inner corner highlight, face highlighter, maybe a shade that you can use as a blush, maybe a shade that you can use in your brows, or maybe you always wear eyeliner, so if it has like a darker shade that you can always use for that. You know, just pick a palette that would actually work. And also you can pick a palette that you know wouldn't work, and you would have to like come up with fun, colorful ways to incorporate that. I think that would also be a really nice challenge. I might do that for the summer, for like the next month. I'm still kind of undecided what I want to do on the next update, but I have a month to figure that out. I just always try to like kind of see where I could go with it. So, but please let me know if you're doing this project. I would love, love, love to see your palette and how you do. And that's everything for today. So have a wonderful, wonderful day. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll be super, super happy to see you tomorrow with a brand new one. Bye!